What's happening, everyone, and welcome back to
the Play Everything Show.
So Ellie, have you ever played a game where the boss was so difficult that you spent so much time, forgot to eat your meals, and disregarded your friends and family?
Yes, one time I heard my neighbors knocking on my door and they were bringing me food, but I was so sure that they were just secretly checking in on me because I haven't left my room in 5 days.
5 days? Are you sure they weren't checking in on you to see if there's a decomposing body?
Just because I haven't taken a bath in 5 days doesn't mean I smell.
Okay. Nevertheless, here are our top picks for the trickiest video game bosses in PlayStation games. Let's check it out.
So remember how difficult Sekiro Shadows Die Twice is? So our pick is no other than the final boss, ISSHIN the Sword Saint. It's often very normal when bosses respawn, right? But this one has 4 phases.
4 phases? That's more phases than what my ex-girlfriend has.
Be very mentally prepared. If you fail any stages, you go back to first phase. He's called the Sword Saint, but he's infamous for abusing his gun.
So he's someone that brought a gun to a sword fight.
Like all others, apply a constant amount of pressure, take note of his wind-ups, and parry with the right amount of patience. That will do the trick.
So if Leon from Kingdom Hearts seems familiar, that is because he's actually SQUALL LEONHART from Final Fantasy VIII.
Yes, Squall is so handsome.
When you meet Leon at Traverse Town, you can see he massively overpowers you.
Yeah, it's like watching a kid fight an adult.
Leon hits you for a massive amount of damage. But one thing you can do is to hit back the fireballs that he throws at you or hide in a corner to heal up. Alternatively, you can always level up more at Destiny Island before you face him.
Put your shooting skills to the test with Borderlands 2's VORACIDOUS. Be careful of his shock novas, laser, and corrosive damage.
Oh, I remember that guy. I didn't like that guy.
Yeah, and the moment you get him to low health, he gets a full shield. Also, the minions in his arena can be kind of annoying, but they always help me get second wind.
So if you watch our previous videos, you know that I struggled a lot with Father Gascoigne in Bloodborne. And he is one of the more difficult bosses, especially given that you meet him at the start of the game. His attacks have an insane reach, and he has a second form that make you pee your pants faster than knowing that you answered the wrong question in your exam. To make that fight easier though, acquire the toy box to stun him during the fight. This allows you to land a few hits in, or even land a visceral attack for massive damage.
Next up, we've got Nemesis from Resident Evil 3, a very scary zombie that will relentlessly hunt you down. He is also heavily armed, and this includes a bazooka that does so much damage.
A bazooka that shoots you in a game that's created in 1999? Talk about a blast from the past!
Enjoy a close quarters, face-to-face, thrilling 1v1. But you won't be facing him as much as you're running away from him. Here, shotguns are not recommended since recoil will hinder your mobility, but I still insist on using my favorite shotgun.
When we talk about bosses in Final Fantasy VII, you would imagine we would mention Sephiroth, but this time we are actually going to mention the green emerald weapon because of how disgustingly difficult he is. Not only does it have 1 million HP, you literally only have 20 minutes to defeat it, unless you have underwater materia equipped. It even has an attack called Aritam, which is materia spelled backwards, that deals more damage if you have more materia equipped to your characters. What you can do is to max out the party stats with guard sources and mine sources to make this fight slightly easier. I wonder if it will be just as difficult, if not more, when the remake comes out.
Show off your fighting skills as you face off with AZAZEL from Tekken 6. He usually shows up near the end, and he's a very big guy. You will not miss him.
Yeah, he literally takes up half the screen. Talk about hogging screen space.
You have to juggle around your combos and moves to beat him. It's gonna be difficult, but very doable if you try hard enough. Azazel also has a spike attack where you have to jump or stay under him to dodge.
Lastly, we have Psycho Mantis from Metal Gear Solid. And he's famous for his boss fight because of how he reads your mind.
Aren't you worried about your browser history right now?
I guess that's why I use incognito. So before the start of the boss fight, he essentially reads your memory by reading the memory card in your system. Talk about breaking the fourth wall, so you can read the games that you have played and read the save data inside the memory card. The boss fight is essentially impossible because he is able to read all your movements and react accordingly to them. How to defeat Psycho Mantis is literally to unplug your controller from the first slot and plug it to the second slot, and he actually says that he is unable to read your mind thereafter, and that's where you defeat him. This game, and especially this boss, embodies the innovative spirit that is Kojima.
And those were our picks for the trickiest bosses ever. If you like the challenges, check them out on the PlayStation Store.
And if you have any tricky boss fights that you want to share with us as well, leave them down in the comment section below. Till next time, I'm Teddy.
I'm Ellie.
We'll see you next time to
Play everything!